Hey you guys, Desmond here, and welcome back to the Unapologetically Honest Podcast. Honey, we just finished the second episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12, You Don't Know Me. And before we even get started, we have to discuss the disqualification of Cherry Pie. Now, I have the official statement here from World of Wonder and VH1. It says, in the light of recent developments, in Cherry Pie's statement, Cherry Pie has been disqualified from RuPaul's Drag Race. Out of respect for the hard work of the other queens, VH1 will air the season as planned. Cherry Pie will not appear in the grand finale, scheduled to be filmed later this spring. So, I am not alone. I am joined once again by LaCresha. Say hello.
Hey.
And how do you feel about the whole Cherry Pie disqualification scandal?
Like when I found out about it, like later on in the day, like right before we watched the episode. But from what I read, I mean, disqualification is a disqualification. I mean,
and she is now technically the first queen to go home this season. What she did was wrong. She now is the second person in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race to be disqualified. But this is the first one who was disqualified before her initial episode aired.
Right.
From my understanding, Cherry Pie made a comment.
Yes.
Basically admitting and apologizing for what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that? Are you pulling that up right now?
Pulling that up right now.
Okay, yeah. So she basically just apologized and basically admitted to everything she did.
So it says, I want to start by saying how sorry I am that I caused such trauma and pain, and how horribly embarrassed and disgusted I am with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Until being on RuPaul's Drag Race, I never really understood how much my mental health and taking care of things meant. I learned on that show how important loving yourself is, and I don't think I have ever loved myself. I have been seeking help and receiving treatment since coming back to New York City. I also want to say how sorry I am to my sisters of season 12, and honestly the whole network and production company. All I can do is change the behavior, and that starts with me and doing that work.
I feel like the disqualification was rightfully deserved.
Mm-hmm.
If you check out my reviews, I said I felt Cherry Pie is going to make it far. And I feel like with them coming out and making this statement, Cherry Pie is definitely top 4. Because if she doesn't make top 4, why else make this statement? Just let the show air as it is, and when she goes home, she goes home. But why sit there and say that from this we are disqualifying Cherry Pie? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That really makes me think that she made top 4. I'm finna start the episode, and then we're going to discuss. We got notes. Super excited for all this. And here we go. Press play. It's showing the disclaimer that Miss Cherry Pie has been disqualified. I'm glad they're still going to air the season, because VH1 in the past, when something like this or even more serious has happened, they'll cancel the season. You remember the show I Love Money?
Yes.
You remember the show Megan Wants a Millionaire?
No.
You probably don't. But in Megan Wants a Millionaire, one of the guys on there was he was arrested for the murder of his ex-wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they ended up... At the time, he wasn't proved guilty. He was later found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, baby, they cut her show off and the I Love Money show off because he was scheduled to be on it later that year.
Oh, wow.
And they were never able to bring that show back. So ladies are walking back into the workroom from the last episode after Widow slayed that lip sync. And they're sitting here talking about, ooh, girl, these other bitches better be ready, because we ready. Basically, that's what they said. We ready. They Tiffany Haddish up in here. I still can't stand Britta's look. Oh, my God. And now here's Rue telling her, oh, she already done had hers. And, and she's basically letting the queens know. She's like, hey, you're going to be meeting the other queens soon, so y'all better be ready. I really enjoyed the original 7. Honestly, if those were the top 7, I would be mad.
Yeah.
Maybe if Heidi gets it together, I would like to see her top 7.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I would love to see top 7. Especially, Miss Gigi. I love a Pajama. I love a Pajama! And Widow shut me up. Honestly, I feel like Widow's top 4. I really do.
I like Widow's look.
Oh, Widow, the confidence, the movement. Baby, I feel like she's going to be top 4.
I like the beat. I like...
Oh, baby, yes. She knows how to paint for a dark-skinned girl, and that's hard sometimes because...
Yes, because they don't always make
the shades, yes. But she might use that Fenty because, they say Fenty goes that dark now for darker-skinned girls. Which, round of applause to Fenty.
Thank you, Riri.
Yes, Riri.
Now,
where's the album?
You need to...
Where's the album? Rihanna?
He's talking about an album.
I know you're listening, Rihanna. Where's the album?
Miss
We got the girl
Newton.
from Norbit on here, and we got Robin.
Sandy Newton.
Yeah, from Norbit. That's what I know her from.
Okay. And that just proves how much older than you I actually am.
And then, of course, Miss Robin is here. So here we are, the season 2, the second part of the premiere. And Rock'em Sakura just walked in. And I like this look. I really do.
It is very Sailor Moon.
I wasn't going to say it, but that's what I was thinking. I wrote down that I loved it. And I was not expecting Rockwell to look like that as a boy.
She's a cute boy.
I didn't expect that. For some reason, I expected an ugly boy. I really did.
No, none of them are ugly. To a certain extent. To a certain extent. Because, we got them 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. And
I love how she hops right on the table. Like, fighting evil by moonlight. Now that you said Sailor Moon, it's just the theme song popped in my head. And that reminds me at work, there's like a garden pot outside where you pick me up. I always climb on top of that and just be standing up there. Yes, we done already had ours. Yes, that's the note that the queens left. Because Rue said, hey, y'all need to leave a message for the other queens.
And
now Rocca is realizing that there's other stuff here. Miss Dahlia Sin.
Dahlia Sin.
I'm sorry.
All blue denim.
I do not like it.
I love it. It is the better version of Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake.
No.
Yes.
No, it's just...
Yes.
It didn't do it for me. This is not... No, look at that. No. And she looks exactly how I thought she would as a boy. Like, when they showed her boy look, I'm like, that is what I pictured Dahlia to look like as a boy.
I don't really think she contours to cut her face.
Well, they made a comment about her makeup on the runway, which I thought her makeup was fine, to be honest.
It was fine, but I think they wanted it to stand out because it was literally monotone.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this look is no. But I do love...
I like the shape of it. And I guess in your defense, you could say it would be better if it were a different color.
I'm not even sure if I would like it if it was a better color. It's just... I don't like the shape of it.
Now, how do you feel about her attitude, though?
No, we'll discuss that. Cherry Pie. Now, Miss Ma'am, she come in here with this blue ribbon on. I live for this dress. I really did enjoy it.
It's very on theme.
It's very on brand. Cherry Pie, first place ribbon.
And a cherry pie dress.
Yes, it's just, it works. She knew exactly what she needed to do when she came in.
Very country day at the fair.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And you could tell from walking in, she's here to bring the party. She's ready to have fun. She's gonna crack the jokes. You're gonna be entertained while Cherry Pie is on television.
And if she hadn't been disqualified, she might have been Miss Congeniality.
I think she would have made top 4. And
she probably did.
And usually when you make top 4, you don't become Miss Congeniality. But yeah, Cherry.
How do you feel about Rock'em Sock'em's eyelashes?
I love her eyelashes. I love her look, period.
Where do you find eyelashes that big?
From my understanding, speaking to drag queens, they layer eyelashes on top of each other. So I imagine she found some really big ones and just continued to layer. Now Jen just walked in with this jersey dress on.
You don't like the dress?
I put 2. I put that I liked it. It was just... In her boy look, she just looks like a cheerleader twink. Like, Like, you're gonna see him on the side, like, yay! And
well, he did say it was a cheerleader look.
And he gives that type of vibe at all times.
I don't like those shoes with the outfit.
What?
Like
this outfit is barely. I barely like it. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm just not gagging. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know down below, please, what you think of everybody's outfit, and we will respond to your comments.
Yes, we definitely will respond. But yeah, look, I'm sorry. All I see is cheerleader. I see I go to get me Starbucks every morning. I get my iced coffee. I listen to Lady Gaga. I've listened to Stupid Love all day today. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's giving me that. I live for it. Don't get me wrong.
And now the four of them are realizing, there's more people here.
Miss Jada, Essence, Paul, ma'am, walk. She is giving you Whitney. She's giving us very Whitney. Very Whitney. And as a boy, that's what I expected Jada to look like as a boy. I really did. I wasn't.
Sorry.
I wasn't. That was exactly what I thought she would look like. And I love the comments they made about Jada's shoulders, because them shoulders are everything. Mm-hmm. She better get those insured, okay?
She gets the Rihanna little poof pad and puts that on.
Where's the album, Rihanna?
Get off Rihanna.
No.
She's trying to conquer the world one beauty product at a time.
Rihanna, where is the album? I'm tired of waiting. I'm just being real. Dang, I thought I was waiting long for Nicki's. Rihanna, where is your album? Thank you. Anyway, Miss Jada.
Jada has a whole lot of nose.
She has a lot of what?
Nose.
She do have a big nose. Oh, wow, I didn't realize her nose at first. Because, I have a big nose. I love a big nose. Oh, wait, I told you that yesterday.
You do like a big nose. I will not repeat the comment I made yesterday about a young gentleman's nose in a restaurant we were in for lunch yesterday afternoon.
I was ready to go after she said, you know what? It's time to go. And Jan just sang. Here's my thing. I hate when you tell somebody you can sing. Oh, sing me something. I hate that. That's why I hate when people find out I can sing. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, sing me something. I'm like, yeah.
You know what? Why don't you just go listen to my YouTube channel?
Now, Aiden Zane walked in, and I didn't like this look.
I didn't either.
And I was not expecting boy Adrian to look like that. I'm sorry. Boy Aiden. Lord, I'm mixing my sins into this. I did not see boy Aiden looking like that. I really didn't. I was shocked. That looks like some people we work with, to be honest with you.
Oh, God.
Stop.
I didn't say anything. I had a thought.
But here's my thing. I don't like how they came for Aiden. Maybe they came for her.
In what way?
They were sitting there asking her all these questions, like trying to justify her drag just because she doesn't perform as much as they do.
Oh, well, yeah, because she comes from Middle America.
I'm like, they really, like, well, what's your shtick? Well, how many times do you perform a week? I'm like, get off her nuts.
No, you have to understand these are a lot of New York queens, and that's what they're used to.
I don't care. If you put on a wig and a dress, you are a drag queen. And she sashayed in there.
Go ahead and quote 2-1 if you want to.
I just quoted 2-1.
Yes.
Oh, well, I just quoted 2-1. If you put on a wig and a dress, you are a drag queen. And I don't like having to I don't like how she has to justify her drag to these people. She don't know you. She doesn't owe you a damn thing. They really don't, and that just irritates me. Kind of like last episode when they volunteered Widow to be the lead choreographer, and then when she's trying to teach y'all bitches don't want to listen.
Yeah, that was irritating.
So that bothers me because and I don't like this either. Baby, don't be looking through other people's stuff.
Yeah, that's extremely rude.
I'm glad they're not touching nothing. Now that's good. But right. Don't go looking. You did not get permission to come in my station. Do not come look at my stuff. Now here comes Rue saying whatever she said in her little, she already done had hers as is. And I love Rue's look for this season. This little neck, what are those, like, what do you call that around her neck? It's a weird type of necklace. Do you know the official name for that necklace?
A collar.
I love it. I love the little, off the shoulder type dress, kind of like she's giving me very Sandy realness. Mm-hmm. Baby, she was shooting AJ and the Queen, and she's like, I need to make this look different from a Sandy look. Give me the collar.
Oh, I'm sad to hear that won't be coming back.
Me too. Somebody save the show. Somebody pick it up. Now RuPaul comes out in a stunning suit, the headscarf, the Pharrell hat, as she called it last week.
Yes.
I lived for every piece of Miss. Yes, ma'am. Give it to me. And she comes to tell the girls that they will be doing the same mini challenge as the queens from last week. They will have to present a fall look and a spring look.
Spring first, then fall.
Yes. So my thing is, they should have switched it up and had them do like a summer and winter.
But there aren't any shows in Fashion Week for those. So there's no point.
You can still present okay, this is Drag Race.
I understand that, but
you can make it work. You know what I'm saying? Give me a summer look, give me a winter look.
But they're going off of...
I don't care. Drag Race started off as a parody of all these other shows. I live for that. I live for Miss Rockham. Miss Rockham gave me everything I needed in this life.
Now, who do we think the guest drag queens were on this runway?
Oh, I could tell you who they were, honey. Like, it's real simple. I know who they were. It was Sonique. We had Mayhem Miller, and then we had Kim Chi.
I recognize Kim Chi because she is a very distinct...
I'm going to say, you have no choice but to recognize Kim Chi. But we have Sonique. She's the one in the white wig. And that's Mayhem Miller again being Andre...
3000?
No, Andre something. I forget his name. He's known in the fashion world. So the first spring look, we got Miss Rock'em Sakura. And I love this look. Honestly, I felt like Rock'em was going to be one of the first queens to go home. I didn't choose her to go home first, but I thought she would be one of the first ones. But these looks she presented today, once again, shut me up. This outfit is everything I need. The hair, the poofs, the little... Yes, ma'am. Oh.
And then here comes Miss Dahlia.
Miss Dahlia.
In neon glory.
Giving me Jessica Rabbit realness, honey.
In neon glory.
I am living.
Neon Marabou glory.
Oh, she did that look.
Ooh.
I'm shocked we haven't seen a look like this on Drag Race yet. Because, I love me some Drag Race. And there's been some similar to this, but not this. And I just, Now Miss Cherry Pie. Baby,
I love that dress for myself.
Baby, she did that. Now, the whole little bodysuit up here doesn't really match her neck and her face. You can see it's a little tanner. But she still looks stunning. And I love that she's a comedy queen that can still give you looks. Because a lot of comedy queens stay in the comedy lane and really don't give you looks. But Miss Cherry Pie said, don't believe me? Just watch, okay? Jan, round of applause. Round of applause. Jan, come on, ma'am.
With Fashion Week realness.
Like, that is something I would see on the runways during Fashion Week. But, the heel. I love that. The flower skirt situation she has going. That is everything in...
He's talking about Jada. Jada's first dress. That was like...
That
was
if you're familiar with Fashion Photo Review, there's a thing called a shoot. That was a shoot. Oh, ma'am. Oh, that was everything I needed. Yes.
I take it you didn't like Aiden's look very much.
We had such good looks. So many good looks. So many good looks. And then Aiden walks out in this. Girl, what the hell is that? No, ma'am. No.
It was very basic.
No. Very. I agree with that. No, ma'am. No.
And
no.
I didn't like the shoe.
No.
But I don't know. There's no justification. I'm sorry.
It really ain't. But now, darling, we go to the fall looks. It's fall 2020. And up first, we have Rock'em. And baby, she is serving the kids. I love this look.
In baby blue koi fish.
I'm loving her. I wish it was like a little bit more fitted for her. It's kind of loose.
It kind of had to be because of the material. Because it's not a stretchy material.
Okay.
It's felt.
Okay. See, I don't know material well, but I think she should have chosen a material that where she could, give the body oddity that she needed for this dress. But I still love it.
She mentioned it.
It's cute.
You didn't like Miss
Jada's
little marabou moment?
You mean Dahlia?
Yeah, Dahlia. My bad. I am sorry.
No, I don't like this. This is trash.
It is very Who does that remind me of?
I don't know. Did you like it though?
Gucci.
Did you like?
It was okay. I wouldn't wear it.
Now, Miss Cherry Pie,
and I really wouldn't wear this either.
Now, I wrote down here that I like it, but barely. Like barely. Like
I don't like it at all.
It's like it's not bad, but it's not good either.
I put Death at a Funeral.
It's just
You didn't like the avocado dress from
No.
Miss Jan?
And when she flipped it to the side, baby, you didn't reveal not a damn thing. A good boot was wasted. A good boot
I think
was
if
wasted.
the actual dress had been the same color but a different material.
I feel like if she didn't have that coat thing, I probably would like it better. The coat is what's getting... No. Oh, ma'am.
And here comes Miss Jada.
Essence Hall. You gotta say her full name when you mention Miss Jada Essence Hall. You just can't say Jada. You gotta say Jada Essence Hall. Miss Hall if you're nasty, okay? She is giving me everything I need in this
Looking
life.
like early 2000s Beyonce.
Oh my goodness. It's perfection. Miss Jada knew what she was doing when she came up in here. She was prepared.
And then here comes Aiden with the recycled tablecloth.
Now here's my thing. I put down that I like it. I do like it. But
I don't like it.
But like barely.
I don't like it.
Like when they critiqued her later in the episode about...
They were nice.
Like Michelle was too nice for these outfits, which made me think they didn't want to give the narrative that she did as bad as we saw her do.
Yeah. They wanted to justify keeping her there.
Yeah, but honey, that is a no. That is a no. That's a Deborah Cox no. No. That's what that was.
And I won't do the high note. I'll save your headphones.
Yes, please. I greatly appreciate that because, honey, no. So, we're out of the, we're done with the challenge, and the ladies are de-dragging and becoming men. And this is the first time they see each other as men. And honestly, I feel like this batch of men are just kind of, nothing too crazy.
Well, I mean,
like they kept calling Dahlia Trade. I'm like, Dahlia doesn't really look like Trade to me.
She's cute. She's cute.
I mean,
she's cute.
Okay. And just be like, all right, this is. They've only seen them. They haven't seen the other ones.
Right.
Now, when they see them at a drag.
Oh, that's Trade.
I just want to see Weird Al again. I really do. I live for Weird Al. Weird Al's gonna win Drag Race 2020.
Oh,
okay.
I hope the fluff not.
Whoa! Not too much on crystal method now, honey. But yes, ever since
Crystal Method looks like Weird Al Yankovic.
Ever since you said Weird Al, that's all I see and that's all I want on my television. Give me Weird Al. When she eventually goes, I'm finna say episode 1 and Dahlia already got her ass all out for everyone to see. At least Evie waited like 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes in before she started slanging her dick around. She really did. You haven't watched last season, but she really did. She was just...
I'm sure.
She was painting her body pink and she got butt naked to do so.
Right.
And she was just slinging it around. It really was.
I mean, if you got it to swing, swing it, baby. Just saying. I mean,
I'm done with you today. I really am.
Look, meat is meat.
Anyway, they're all reacting to each other out of drag. A few people point out Rockham. A few people are pointing out
Dahlia.
Dahlia. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying Dahlia's name.
Because you keep wanting to say Dahlia.
Probably. And here comes Rue coming back in the workroom. She's like, who are these dudes?
Look at here. Rockham got arms.
Yes! Rockham must work out because them arms are just like... Grrr.
Rockham got some arms. And if Jada was straight...
Jesus, if Jada was straight...
and had some fuller lips, he could get it.
I'm so done with you on to this day. I am done with you on this day.
Why?
Anyway, RuPaul is back in the workroom and letting the queens know that they have to do a Fosse-inspired number called You Don't Know Me, which is kind of similar to last week's challenge, but the girls had to rap. This was more like a spoken word sing type of challenge. And just like last week, they have to let the world know who they are. What they're about, what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like what they do, what they be. And now they're sitting here writing their verse. And it kind of threw me off when I realized most of them just talked through theirs. I was expecting them all to sing at least. That kind of threw me off. But then again, I'm not too familiar with Fosse's style.
You're not too familiar with... Yeah. I mean, have you seen Chicago?
Pieces.
Okay.
Of the movie.
Okay. Have you seen... Cell Block Tango?
Yes. Is that the He Had It Coming?
Yes.
Dun, dun, yes.
They spoke through that too.
Yes.
That's what they did.
Yes.
That's Fosse inspired.
Okay, at the time. That's what I was just saying. I wasn't too familiar with Fosse. I didn't realize then when I was watching it that was Fosse inspired.
Yes.
There was another thing. Oh, what's the song? Hey Big Spender, I think is what it's called. Live. Is that Fosse inspired? Because it feels like it is. Okay.
He's the choreographer.
Yes.
So the choreography involved with those songs are Fosse. Now the lyrics, the melody itself, they are not Fosse. Those are just those just happen to be what he choreographed too, because they all have that same cadence together.
Because I don't want to say I didn't know about Hey Big Spender, but I kind of completely forgot about it until the Leopard sang it on The Masked Singer. And he was sitting there singing. Yeah, he was just sitting there singing, and I'm like, why does this sound familiar? So I Googled, and I'm like, okay, I know this song. Why, I don't know, because when I watched the clip of the movie it came from, I'm like, I've never watched this before, but I know this song. Why, I don't know. Maybe just it's one of them songs you hear like, I know that song. Probably never heard of it a day in your life.
You know what? I think I know a lot of those songs, one, because I watched The Nanny a lot when I was younger.
And see, a lot of my Broadway songs that I know is because of Glee.
And then some of the other ones are because of classes I took in college. And then as well as like just liking musicals.
That's me. I love musicals. And, you know, I watched
and knowing
Glee.
that was a big part in the stereotype gay trope was knowing Broadway musicals.
Well, Glee introduced me to Wicked, which is probably... Yeah, Glee introduced me to that because they did Defying Gravity. And I'm like, what is this song? I need to know it. So I looked it up and saw, you know, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. And I was like, oh my God, like they didn't even get nowhere near the epicness of this ballad that they sang.
No.
Whoa, ma'am. Whoa.
I'll fight you on Wicked.
Listen, no, I enjoy it. I am now a big fan of Wicked. I still haven't seen it in its entirety, but I heard that they're in the early stages of making it a movie. And right now, Lea Michele is in lead to play Elphaba. I'm sorry, I said that incorrectly.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Watch Glee and you'll realize it's perfect. Because Indina Menzel played her mom on the show. I'm telling you, it's a perfect casting choice.
Yeah, okay. So then Brittany Snow can play
Kristen Chenoweth's part?
Yes.
Now Brittany Snow, Hairspray, right?
Yes.
Okay. Live for her on there.
Yes.
You know, I love me some Hairspray.
Wait. I like her better as a blonde than I do a redhead.
Oh, she's natural redhead, or is she just...
Well, okay. Maybe we should get back to Drag Race. Sorry, we went off on a whole tangent and they are arguing right now about the choreography to the song.
I am so sorry.
You distracted me.
You can't blame me for that. I was trying to get educated on the Fosse style.
You know what? That will be a bonus episode sometime soon.
You know, we were supposed to discuss musicals with somebody nerd in her home. I'm not going to say who, but I'm pointing in her direction.
Well, obviously, I know a lot more than you do.
And see, we would have had this conversation. And maybe I would have been more familiar with the style of Fosse then.
Oh, well, that is my unfortunate responsibility. We will remedy that tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Or whenever we decide to discuss it.
Okay, something to say this is it. I don't feel like we're doing anymore for this.
Don't say that online.
Well, I'm talking about for the week until next week. Like, I like shooting just for the week.
Right now...
Jada's having this big hoopah because she feels like the choreography is being too much.
Which I feel is extremely basic.
Yes, and I feel like Jada... You could tell she's not a dancer. And you could tell she's freaking out. And some people kind of shut down when they freak out, but then some people start lashing when they're freaking out. And I think that's what Jada's doing. She's getting frustrated because she's not a dancer. This isn't what she does. And...
Which is so funny considering what happens later on in the episode.
Yes, but that's happened several times on this show.
But I guess maybe it's choreographed dance. Because, like, I can't do choreographed dance. As much as I want to learn choreographed dance, I cannot do it. But if I have to freestyle, I'm pretty sure I could do something.
But see, I'm opposite. When I have to freestyle, I'm like...
You're lost.
Yeah. But baby,
you need that 8 count.
I need the choreography. I think that's why I like Just Dance so much.
Yeah.
Because once I learn the routine, I even catch myself doing the dances to the songs. Like, if I'm out somewhere and the song comes on, I'll just start dancing. I'm like, yeah.
Yes, because you've been doing Doja Cat all day long.
I haven't been doing it all day long.
Oh.
You know what I've been doing at work? I actually work today.
Well, okay,
I've been working. Yesterday. Let me correct myself. I've been working hard these past few weeks for sure. Yes. And now that it's just me for the next couple months, I'm gonna be working, honey.
So, now Aiden is getting upset.
Did Aiden get upset? I don't remember Aiden getting upset.
She didn't lash out, but she shut down. Rock'em Sock'em shut down, and Aiden shut down.
But yeah, Rock'em we learned later why she shuts down, which was it. We'll get to it.
Yes, because Rock'em was chosen to be the actual dance choreographer.
Which kind of confused me. Because she says she's not the best choreographer. Yes, she's familiar with the style of Fosse. But Jan was the one who's like, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this. And even when you're watching this, you see Jan taking the lead in most of the choreography. So why not just give that title to Jan? Because
Jan was just familiar with the style, but wasn't used to actually dancing it. Whereas somebody who actually dances on a regular basis, which was Rock'em, seemed more of the fit to do actual choreography. And then you had Sherry, who was supposed to be okay, let's tighten it up. We're going to get it to look like this because this is the style. Because Sherry was more familiar with the style of Fosse. You had one who knew what it was, one who could kind of sort of do it, and the other one who could put everything together. Those were those three.
Well, then all three of them should have been in the lead instead of just trying to put it all on Rock'em. Because it didn't get nowhere, and they were arguing majority of the time, and they ended up not being complete, which the way I understand this show works, they still get time to do it after the cameras grow off.
Mm-hmm.
But once the camera's on, they gotta make it look like, oh, we only have, which they really don't have a lot of time to do it. But they gotta egg it up like, oh, we only have an hour. When really the cameras will go off and they still have like maybe 2 more hours they can do this.
Right.
Or they've already been doing it for 2 hours. And they're like, okay, let's roll the camera. And they really do have 1 hour left.
I just want to know what Sherry was pinning up there.
I don't know. Right now we're having our quote unquote mirror moment of the episode. Do you want to take the lead on Rockham's story?
Well, Rockham dealing with an alcoholic mother.
Mm-hmm.
And how her mother made her feel less than due to the fact that she told her that she was the reason why she was an abuser of not only drugs but alcohol as well, and how that affected her.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Rockham always, she says she has a problem taking leadership roles because she doesn't want to basically tell somebody what her mom told her.
She doesn't want to be responsible for being the downfall of someone else because her mother made her feel like she was responsible for her doing. The quote was, "It's your fault. You're the reason why I do drugs, the reason why I drink." And she doesn't want to be responsible for that. And I totally and completely understand and sympathize with her.
And for those, most likely you're listening to this, you've already watched the episode. So you know that nobody went home. In a normal episode like this means Rockham is going home. She's getting her goodbye moment.
Right.
So when we're sitting there watching, I'm like, oh no, Rockham's gonna go home. Because I really felt like somebody was going home this episode.
I did too.
I was like, oh no, Rockham's gonna go home. I like Rockham. No, I'm not ready for her to go home first. No, stop, retreat, rewind, play. But as we see that she doesn't go. But honestly, I feel like if there was a bottom two, it would have been 2 people. We'll get to that later. Once we get the runway looks in.
All of that behind.
Oh yeah, just showing her bare booty. But they said that she had on like some little booty shorts on.
I'm sure.
And I guess they were too small to put on TV, so they just blurred them out.
No, the gray shorts she had on. Were like pretty much like mid-thigh. And that's what was commented on. And then she pulled her pants down and squatted and passed gas.
Oh, see, I completely missed that. I completely missed that. I know Rockham says she farts a lot.
Yeah, that was what. Now, I find it interesting because there are, I think, like 2 queens here with, what are those called?
Ear gauges?
Yes.
What's the second one? Aiden and who else?
Aiden has them and
Does Dahlia have them?
Dahlia has them.
I thought so.
Hers are smaller than Aiden's.
Why do you find that weird?
No, I just find it interesting how they cover them up with their earrings.
Oh. You really don't see gauges anymore. So it's interesting to see 2 people within the same season have them. You know what I'm saying? They got their makeup on. Now let's discuss this RuPaul look. I loved it.
I didn't pay attention.
What? How do you not pay attention to the host of the show?
Because I was writing notes.
Look at that. Stunning. And I'm really shocked she didn't say nothing to Michelle like, do you like my dress? Because, Michelle's been known not to like the color green.
Well, that's probably why she didn't say.
Oh, I would have. I'm like, Michelle, do you like my dress?
But you're petty, dear.
So is RuPaul.
And here goes Miss Sandy Newton in leopard print.
Girl from Norbert.
Of Norbert. Now you have me saying it wrong.
She's from Norbit.
And
then Robin. And I love Robin.
Beloved fame if you happen to be just a tad bit older.
Norbit.
Beloved. Because that was her first role, was Beloved.
Norbit. How you do? You want to see a bitch go down the slide? I'll show you how a bitch go down the slide.
You're going to get us demonetized.
God, I love it. Anyway. And then we have Robin. I love me some Robin. Now, I only know a few of her songs. Like the song they lip sync to, Dancing on My Own, and there's another song by Robin that I really enjoyed that is not coming to me right now. But I'm super excited. Robin is finally here. They've used her references, they've used her music on the show multiple times. So I'm glad they finally got Robin here. But I know I said this last week, but I would be upset if I was some of those queens and I meet the other girls and they're like, oh, so who was y'all special guest judge for the episode? And they would have said Nicki Minaj. I'd have been like, are you kidding me? The Nicki Minaj. The generous queen.
You said that all last week.
The Nicki Minaj. The generous queen was there. And I get freaking Robin and the girl from Norbit? Come on.
Now, how do you feel about this performance?
Yeah.
It was alright?
It wasn't that special. I ain't gonna put it on my drag I will put it on the drag playlist that I have. But, like, I'll have to be in a certain mood to listen to it. I think overall it came out nice. For them to have struggled the way they did, or what they showed of them struggling, how they did good. Now, Miss Aiden, she did more of a spoken word for hers. And I found hers interesting. I found it refreshing. I found it entertaining. I enjoyed Miss Aiden Zane.
They did this in the style of Cell Block Tango. Because it's one person, they come up, they say their lines, then there's a chorus, and then they go back. The only thing that disappointed me was the fact that Miss Dahlia literally said one line and then went back and was done.
I felt like Dahlia said a lot. You just weren't listening.
Like, it didn't seem like she said a lot.
Because with Dahlia, I said, oh, she didn't know her words. If you pay attention, she didn't know her words.
How do you not know your own verse?
Hey, BB did it in All Stars 3. As much as I love me some BB, and she should have won. Yeah, she didn't know the words. At least at the beginning. Towards the end, she was okay. And I love that little move they did that they were arguing about if they were really going to do it or not. I love that they were able to get it in. It could have been done better, but it was done.
It was literally a mix of, like, some Hey Big Spender, a mix of some Chicago.
And see, that's why I brought up that. I'm like, because I got Hey Big Spender from it.
Yeah, that's what some of those moves are. Like the chair dance and the grouping.
So Miss Jada is up, and I love it.
I like her outfit.
That's all I wrote was I love everything.
I have a top that looks just like that.
And Miss Jan, when she came in with that Marsha line, I was gagging. I was done.
That was funny.
I
don't particularly
she turned the party.
Care for the hair.
The verse was great. She hit it with that high note. This is what I expected from everyone.
I don't like her hair. That's the only thing I didn't like.
You don't like the hair?
Because it's just it just makes her forehead look extremely large.
There's always a hater in the room.
I don't hate her. I just don't like her hair. I
didn't say you hate her. I just said you're a hater.
I don't like the hair.
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You
like
are.
The short cropped hair is Aiden Zane's shtick, and I get it and I like it. That slicked back hair.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Was not it.
Now Miss Rockham is turning the party. They said they didn't care for her little 1920 shtick she was doing. I lived. And then she made a fart joke. I laughed. She hit the split. I was gagged. She did a death drop. Round of applause. And then Sherry dragging her there for a little bit. So cute. I love it. Now Miss Sherry, I wrote down this was funny. This was the best verse of everyone.
It was.
She gives you face. She gives you body. She entertained you. She gave you what you needed for that night. For a Fozzie and Spout number, she gave it to you. And you pointed it out earlier, and now I'm looking at it now. Sherry's shoes are not black, and everybody else's ours. That's probably why she's somewhat in the middle. So it kind of looks like it was on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
It was a choice, not an accident.
Yeah.
All I have to say is she looks like Tanya Harding.
You're terrible.
What?
All right, it's time to bring it to the runway. 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 And the category is...
Tool.
Extravaganza, eleganza, darling. And we got Aiden Zane. Yes, ma'am. Her best look of the night. She's giving you spooky but glamorous. I love every piece of this.
I liked it.
Yes, she did this.
I wish she'd have had different shoes, but I liked it.
She gave me everything I needed. Oh, that was what it. Miss Dahlia, come through.
This outfit.
Kinky boots realness. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, look at the boots.
If she would have went home, that would have been what saved her.
Oh my gosh, that. Honestly, we'll get to it. Never mind.
I'm getting the feeling though that Miss Dahlia does not like to wear boobs.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then Jada.
Jada Essence Hall. You have to say her full name. Do not disrespect Miss Hall like that. Okay.
I like the yellow. I like the little moo dress.
Yeah, the butter, as they called it. It looks good on her. That color looks good. The wig is sitting right. The shoulders are out.
And I said it looks good from the back, but that split in the front I wasn't a big fan of. And I said it would look better.
Oh God, get this off my television, please. Get it off.
You don't like the pantsuit? I love the
we're talking about Jen. This, no ma'am. No ma'am.
It was something different. In a world full of tulle.
It was different.
It was a tulle pantsuit.
It was a miss for me. She failed. Dropped the ball.
I think it might be just the vest. The vest is probably what killed it for you. Because as a pantsuit, I love it.
Oh, no ma'am. No, get off my screen, please.
I liked it.
Get off of my screen.
Maybe it needed to be a different color other than orange.
Ma'am. Miss Rock'em Sakura.
Looking like a unicorn cloud.
Baby, giving me loofah realness, and I'm here for it.
You said loofah?
Yes, I need a new one. I was at Walmart today and didn't buy a new one. I should have thought about it. And that's the color one I want. Like, she just, ugh.
And I said this would have looked better as a mini.
And then we got Miss Cherry Pie. I don't hate it.
I don't like it.
I don't hate it, but it's not like super.
She's too old for that dress.
No, I don't even think she's too old for it.
That style of dress. Or maybe it's just the makeup and the hair that makes her look older.
I like it, but I don't.
But I don't like it on her.
Like, I think it's the back of the dress that gets me. The front is cute. It's the back.
Because there's nothing to the back.
Yes. So, your favorite look of the week. Who would that go to?
I have... Okay, my ultimate favorite was Dahlia.
With the red dress and the kinky boots?
Yes. And then second was Miss Jada Essence Hall in the yellow with alterations. And then third was Rock'em again with alterations. They needed to be minis.
See, look-wise, I have to give it to Miss Jada. I have to give it to Dahlia. Them two just really turned it for me.
Yes.
Like, overall looks, them two turned it for me.
Yes, as far
except for Dahlia's performance dress.
Her performance outfit
what the hell was that?
Oh, I don't know what the hell they gave her.
Like, that was... They're setting her up for failure.
Yes.
They're trying to heavenly imply that she's going to be the first one to go home. And I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that.
I mean, especially when you get to the previews for the next episode.
Yes, honey.
That's my prediction. So, as much as I hate it, because I thought she was
a bottom two this week, who do you think would have been the bottom two? Because I think I know who the bottom two would have been. Based off their comments and the challenges.
It would have been... Probably Aiden and
no, they lived for Aiden.
They liked Aiden.
I don't know why.
I know Dahlia would have been one of them.
I feel like the second one would have been Rock'em.
That I got that feeling too.
And if they would have done a bottom two, I really think Rock'em would have mopped the floor with Dahlia.
She probably would have, but we don't know what Dahlia can give. But I don't know if Dahlia is a performer or not.
She said walking in she's a look queen, but there are some look queens who can who can turn the party. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like Rock'em would have mopped the floor with, especially with Call Your Girlfriend. Rock'em would have mopped. I keep wanting to say Dahlia. Jesus.
I think Rock'em needed Dahlia's outfit and Dahlia needed Rock'em's outfit.
Ew, God no. That wouldn't look right on Dahlia.
I think it would
No.
have.
No.
I think it would have.
Now, I can see rocking something like that with her signature makeup. Like, don't switch up your makeup. I'm glad Michelle didn't say anything about it, too. Because she said something to Dusty about her dots. She said something to, I think it was Sharon, about doing the spooky style of makeup. She said something to Max for painting on the gray side. But that was all their aesthetic. That was all them.
Their grayscale, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad she didn't say anything, but I feel like maybe episode 2 or 3, she'll be like, all right, I'm going to give you a challenge. Can you come out here and give us just a natural beauty look? Girl, bye. You come out here and give me a Rock'em look. Give me a Trixie look. Give me a Sharon Needles look. Then you can tell somebody else to give you a different look. Please. I love Michelle, by the way. It's just some of her critiques
are a little rough.
Not even rough or stupid.
Well, you know, it's a show. You gotta critique. You gotta pick something. So that's what she chose to pick it. I love this dress.
Whatever. So, is there anything else about the critiques you'd like to speak about before we go to the lip sync? Because I don't have anything else from the lip syncs. I mean, from the critiques. No. How did you feel about the girl from Norbit and Robin as guest judges?
Thandie Newton.
The girl from Norbit.
Thandie Newton. However you want to pronounce it. Thandie Newton. She was okay. I mean, it was a little dry.
I mean, they were both just kind of there. And for us waiting so long for Robin to get here, I expected more of a Nicki Minaj style judging from Robin.
But I don't think she was very vocal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, some judges come on and you could tell they enjoy being there. They're giving good criticism. They're giving good feedback. And then there's some like these two, they're just kind of there. I'm not saying they didn't enjoy themselves, but they didn't really give any helpful feedback. Maybe they didn't know how to give a drag queen feedback.
Right. And that might have been what held them back.
Because a lot of people, like Nikki, she basically does drag all the time, especially in her earlier phases of the career.
Yeah.
Excuse me, with the crazy outfits and the big wigs and the fun makeup. It's just, you know.
And all her hair.
And all the hair. Yes, ma'am. Yes. I'm sorry. I love Nikki. You
get into this hole that you go down, and it takes forever to pull you back out of it.
Of what hole? Usually that's you going down the hole, and I'm like...
I know. In this episode, I'm having to pull you back in. Yeah, this
episode is me, especially when we got into the Fozzie, and I'm like... Because I was just trying to learn, and then I was telling you my experience with Broadway and Glee, and Glee led me to a lot of Broadway different shows because I looked up this one and I'm like, oh, this one looks cool too, and I watched this and all this stuff. But anyway, this week we did the same thing we did last week, and we had a top 2. I kind of figured that once they announced Dahlia was safe and Rocco. I'm like, okay, they're doing the top 2 like last week.
You know what's funny though is like I noticed that they're the bottom 2 and the top 2 were there together. And then they were like, okay, you two, this is your warning. Because I swear, Dahlia knew. She knew she was going.
Oh, baby, I bet if we would have watched all of Untucked, you would have seen her preparing for that lip sync.
Because she was sitting there, when they were like, okay, you're safe, she let out the biggest breath.
But what gets me is, you know, I am excited that they switched it up and let the top 2 lip sync. But... if I was Nina or if I was Jada Essence Hall and I know I did good, I wouldn't have practiced the lost song.
Right.
So you pull me out there and I'm like, oh crap, I don't really know this song. In this case, I would have known this song because this song is everything in my life that I needed.
Right.
Like, I love Call Your Girlfriend. It's one of my personal favorites. But say if I wasn't familiar with Robin's music and now I got to lip sync her song that I didn't rehearse because I thought I was safe.
Well, that's the problem. You can't think you're safe. And one comment on the critiques. So, I don't know if you noticed. So, you know, they sat there. They were like, oh, Dahlia, you know, we loved your look, but, you know, you need to up the makeup a little bit and da-da-da-da-da, and you were nervous, etc., etc., and then they went to Jada Essence Hall, and they were like, oh, honey, we loved it. It was great. And you can see Dahlia just kind of go.
But Jada did do great. And Jada's nerves didn't show through.
I know. It was just
did.
funny to me to see Dahlia's reaction.
But yeah, so we have Jada, Essence Hall, and Cherry Pie. They are the top 2 queens of the week. Round of applause. And they have to lip sync to Call Your Girlfriend by Robin. So,
who did you think was gonna do better? Did you think it was?
I really thought Cherry Pie was going to turn this out because this song fits well for a comedy queen. I thought she was really going to give us everything we needed, and then she just stood there.
Yeah, that was extremely disappointing.
Like, what was that? And I was kind of worried it was going to be a boring lip sync. Because honestly, Jada, in my opinion, doesn't look like she would do well in a lip sync.
Right.
But baby, she
especially after the complaints she made earlier in the episode.
And then she turned it out. She hit a split, which is a drag queen's go-to. I know. But she still hit it, and I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And she really she ripped off the little thing and showed off. There was just a little mini skirt up under there.
Which I loved and lived for.
Like, she really shined. Black excellence is what I wrote down because we had Widow, the winner of episode 1. And now we have Jada Essence Hall.
Turn it out.
I am super excited to see the Black Queens excel. I am super excited for the representation. I'm super excited.
Because there are a lot of African American queens.
This season?
Yeah, because we've got, 3 in the first episode.
The only one today was Jada. Is Dahlia?
I think Dahlia is a POC.
I feel like she is, but I feel like she's more like Latin than Black.
No, that nose is black.
Child, I don't know. I really don't.
Because
but I just
read black to me.
I just love the diversity. I love diversity. And I'm loving that the first 2 wins come from Black queens. Like, come through. This is our time to shine because if you look at the winners, they're mostly white.
Right.
And if you look at the show before it went mainstream, they were all POCs. BB. Tyra, Raja, and then we got our first white queen sharing needles. Then we got Jinx. Then we got Bianca, a Latina. Then we got Violet. Who was season 8? Bob, Black queen.
Bianca.
9 was Sasha. 10 was Aquaria, and then 11 was Evie Oddly. I almost called it Iggy Azalea. Evie Oddly, which I love from Miss Evie. And then, of course, we got all-stars, all white except for Monet. We got Chad Michaels, Alaska Thunderfuck, Trixie Mattel, Trinity the Tuck, and Monet Exchange.
Which I think was a cop-out.
Oh, a huge cop-out. I agree. But, yeah, they turned... I enjoyed the lip sync. I really did. Not as good as Miss Widow Von Du versus Gigi Good with the Starships, honey. They did.
Those were good.
That
was a good lip sync.
Baby.
This one was kind of meh.
No, I wouldn't say it was meh. It was good. I enjoyed it. But compared to the other one, it was okay. It was okay. I wouldn't say meh. I wouldn't say meh. I would say I still say Jada did what she had to do.
Jada did well.
Jada just got her 5,000. She did. I wasn't expecting that from Jada.
But she like said, let me get this money.
Same thing about Widow. I was not expecting that, honey. She came through. She delivered. She gave me everything I need. Black excellence at its finest. I love every piece of that. So, we are now at the end of the episode. Is there anything else that we haven't discussed that you would like to discuss at this moment? Where's the album, Rihanna? Where is the album?
So, how do you feel about nobody going home 2 weeks in a row? You're okay?
I see why they did it. Give us a chance to know the queens. Because in the past, we've always complained like, oh, we barely got a chance to see her, know her. So they split it up, gave us the queens in 2 different sets. And you really got to get to know these queens individually. So I do appreciate it. I really do. But I'm excited for these bitches to go home. Time to go.
Time to go.
So, now that we've seen all the queens, who do you think will be the first one to go home?
Okay, out of this set.
Out of all 13 queens.
I know. Out of this set of 6 here, the weakest, unfortunately, is Dahlia. out of the other set? I'm thinking.
The weakest was Heidi, in my opinion.
Is Heidi.
Here's my thing. Drag Race is known for throwing curveballs. They've done it in the past to where they'll make it look like a queen done terrible in the preview, but then the episode airs and they did amazing.
Yeah.
So that might be the case with Dahlia. I still think that Aiden will be the first. Well, I think now Aiden is the first one to go home.
And that would make sense.
I do believe that next week Aiden will go home. I feel like maybe Widow or maybe Cherry Pie will win the challenge next week. I don't know how Widow does with impromptu stuff. I feel like Sherry will thrive in it. I don't know how Widow
Sherry's going to kill in the improv.
Yeah, I don't know how Widow's going to do.
The people who are going to flail are going to probably be
Aiden.
And
Delilah. Dahlia. And maybe even Jada, because Jada says she's
not an actress.
Yeah, so maybe improv. But then again, Trinity LaTucky, you haven't seen season 9. But going in, she says she didn't do acting. She don't know improv, but she turned out the comedy challenges. She had that natural funniness inside of her that she was able to bring out that she didn't even know she had.
Right.
So that might be a case with some of these queens, but we won't know until we see.
Now, what are you excited for this season now, having met?
Snatch Game.
Snatch Game?
Snatch Game is always my favorite each year. Like, I can't wait to see who these queens impersonate. And I like how when the queen goes home, they'll still tell us who they were going to impersonate. Oh, I was going to do such and such. And I'm like, yes, that would have been awesome to see.
So, you want to do like early season predictions, or do you want to wait and get maybe like 2 more episodes?
Like, you want me to pick my top 4 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, aside from who we apparently know.
Yeah, I feel like Sherry will make top 4, but Sherry wasn't my top 4 guest to begin with. My top 4 has changed since watching the first 2 episodes. My top 4 now is Gigi Good, Cherry Pie, Widow Vando, Jaden Essence Hall.
Okay.
That's my top 4. I feel like Jan will make it far. I feel like Jan will be the Miss Congeniality. I feel like Crystal Method is going to make it far. I'm thinking people are just looking at her and be like, oh no, she's not going to make it far. And I think Rockham is going to make it far.
I agree.
What, my top 4? No, disagree. Nobody else you want to put in there? You sure you don't want to add Weird Al ears?
You already put Crystal Method in there.
She's not in my top 4 though.
Alright then. She's not in mine either.
Who?
Crystal Method.
Oh. I just want to see her Weird Al look all season. Like, it's going to hurt my feelings if she eventually goes home and we don't get to see Weird Al anymore.
And it would be really, really funny. That's who she did.
Bitch. Oh, if she does Weird Al Yankovic for Snatch Game, I am gagging. I am going to be on the floor.
It would be...
If done right, it would be everything.
But it would probably work against her.
How come?
Because Michelle Visage has a problem with people doing boy drag.
She has a problem with people doing boy drag, but she doesn't have a problem with them portraying boy characters in Snatch Game. Because she loved Kennedy Davenport's Little Richard. She loved Bender LaCrème's Paul Anka. Am I saying his name right? I don't know. He was a game show guy. She loved Thorgy Thor's Michael Jackson. So she doesn't have a problem with it in Snatch Game. It's on the runway when you bring boy drag. She'll be like, she'll get that finger wagging like she's somebody. And if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get amen up in here?
Amen. Put it in the comments below.
Now, let the music play. To the moon.
Oh, Lord. Please don't get us copywritten. Now, this little sneak peek here. How did you feel about this?
Baby, this stare down was everything because these 7 queens served it last week. They gave it to us raw and uncut. And then these queens, they kind of smacked us.
I like how they are all sitting on the table.
And these queens kind of just like smacked us around a little bit. And I love how they all go, Nick. I wonder whose idea that was to come up with that. I bet it was Widow. I bet it was
Because
Widow.
right now, Widow is like Ace Boone Queen.
Baby, she is feeling the fantasy sitting on that table.
With the braids.
Yes, ma'am.
Dottie said, "Did you just man me?" And then you have 2 extreme painters this year.
We do have 2 extreme painters. Who's the... Oh, Crystal. I wouldn't consider... Yeah, I would. Never mind, I take that back. I would consider her a extreme painter. But, I'm so glad all the queens are going to be together next week. I'm super excited.
This is going to be...
This American Idol ripoff is going to be everything.
And we cannot wait to discuss it next week.
I cannot.
So you have between now and next Friday to put your comments down below about the show, about us. Let us know how you felt. Because last week, when we put our episode up, we have, as of today, how many?
I think 11 dislikes.
11 dislikes.
And I live for each one.
We want to thank you for those dislikes. But we would also like to know what it was you disliked.
I think it was just we were too loud.
It was probably because we were too loud. We tried to keep it a little monotone today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and if you have a problem with that, next week we'll do it ASMR.
Oh gosh.
It's sickening. Search bitch.
We are a small podcast and we are hoping to grow. Please, please, please subscribe down below and take it away.
So, LaCresha, where can they find you?
I am at Cresha McGill everywhere. I have my own YouTube channel. You can find me at Cresha McGill on Twitter and Instagram.
All her links will be below in the description.
And TikTok.
And TikTok. I am not on TikTok.
Yet,
honey. Never. No. Just because I did the say so dance. Just, no, ma'am. Anyway, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you for spending a piece of your day with us, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
bye.
Be blessed.